Hello, this is solving systems of equations, systems of inequalities, example 1. I'll be graphing this system of inequalities. We have inequality 1 and inequality 2, and in order to graph this system of inequalities, we have to graph the two inequalities. To graph the first inequality, we graph the line y equals negative x minus 2, and that'll be a solid line. No, that'll be a broken line because it's strictly greater than. We also need to graph the line y equals 3x plus 6, and that'll be a solid line because it's less than or equal to. So I've graphed these two lines. And now we have to figure out where to shade. Where you have to shade is tricky for systems of inequalities because it's just where the two shadings overlap. There will be a shading for inequality 1, there will be a shading for inequality 2, and there will be a place where those two shadings intersect. There will be a place on the graph where both of those where it's shaded for both of the inequalities. So to figure out where I'm going to test, I'll work with inequality 1 first, and I'm going to test the point 0, 0. And when I put x equals 0 and y equals 0, it works out to 0 is greater than negative 2, and 0 is greater than negative 2. So for inequality 1, the shading is this way. And I'm only doing this shading very lightly because I'm really interested in where both of the shadings intersect. For the second inequality, I'm also going to use the point 0, 0. And so I've let y be 0 and x be 0. This works out to 0 is less than or equal to 6, and that's also true. So for this line, which represents the boundary for inequality 2, the shading is this way, and you can see it's here where both of them are, and here both of them are. So down here, the shading was just for this inequality, and that's not part of the solution of the system. It's got to satisfy both. Up here, the shading was just for inequality 1, and that's not a solution of the system. The shading for the solution for the system is where both of the inequalities were shaded, and that was this area. So that's the graph for the solution of that system of inequalities.